How's it going, everyone? It is Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. Let's take a look at the picture from the last video. I mentioned ENTG as a swing short and CC as a day trade short. So let's take a look at both of these stocks today. So here's the ENTG D1. We broke over here a little bit. Stock coming up a little bit here. But to me, this is pretty weak if you zoom out just even a little bit. Choppy stock makes a move down, has kind of a choppy move up, and then we should get that next leg lower. That's what I'm looking for personally. So still on that, no changes over there. CC as a day trade. Let's look at that, and here's the M5 on CC. All right, so here is the setup on the stock. Had a nice move lower. I want to see a little bit of a pullback. We're hugging the low day, which is pretty nice. Here's one of our clues. So we came down here. We formed this higher low, or this green candle here on some heavy volume. So if we zoom all the way in the chart, at this point, we could kind of go anywhere. I set my alert at the low of the day. If it could break through that 1675 level, I thought we would be in good shape. Stock starts to rally up here. And here is kind of our clue, and this is the exit signal that the system caught that, all right, we're not actually going to go up anymore. And the stock actually just kind of rallied for pretty much all of the day here. The VWAP is actually not showing. So yeah, rallied to VWAP, rejected down, and then had a pretty tall bounce. So this ended up being a no trade because we're waiting for that pullback, never actually started through that low of the day, and we avoided getting in on a loser. All right, now other picks we have is Pins as a swing short. I think Pins is holding up really well. Let's just give it some perspective. Here's the Pins D1 holding that low for the past couple days, and this is while the market is rallying. So market has rallied a little bit up over here. Pins has been hugging the deck. So I think as soon as we get the next leg lower in the market, I think Pins will also give us that next leg lower. So nothing to change on Pins. Pretty happy with that. Take a look at AMD. AMD is coming back up and testing that 8 EMA. So leaning on this level in the AVWAP E. If we break above that, then I'm going to take the loss on that trade. Pretty simple stuff. So SPY, what's going on with SPY? So I mentioned yesterday too, D1 fundamentally still mildly bullish. I don't think anything's changed majorly. No major bearish economic backdrops coming up. Fundamentally, I'm a little bit more neutral. I'm not quite sure where we'll go. Right now, the bias does seem a little bit more bearish. We have the election coming up in November. We have a period of seasonal weakness in September and October. We also have the FOMC coming up. So I think the FOMC might bring us a little bit more clarity. Inflation is coming out tomorrow. So that has been sort of more de-weighted and de-weighted. I think there's always going to be now a surprise to the downside in case the number is really hot. But I don't think that is coming in as expected. And even one single hot number is probably not going to be enough to change the momentum. The trend that it's been cooling, but it's been a stubborn, gradual move lower. So those kind of the two main things on the horizon for this week. Short-term market bias, we are quite bearish. Market had a big drop lower on the 6th. Pulling back over here, testing that 50-day SMA, chopping around the AVWAP-Q, as well as finding some support at this gap fill from August 14th. And we've seen some mixed days over here. So we had, and maybe I'll go to the, I'll just look at the M5 charts. It's going to be our best bet. So let's start on the 6th over here. Big drop, lots of acceleration, and then this kind of meat grinder action as the day sort of died out. A little bit of a double bottom, and the market closed near its low. We got this gap up yesterday, tested the upside, poked into the gap, half of that held, and then we got a nice, pretty nice, decent bounce off of that. Sellers came in, gave their shot here, found some support a little bit higher, and we bounced up again. So we had this kind of wide bullish channel, which I think is usually typically what you see sometimes after those days. Today we had a gap up, but on this gap up here, we actually couldn't advance higher like yesterday's gap up, so that's the first change. Second, we moved in lower, long red candle, choppy move higher, then we got the next drop. Broke through this bearish channel to the downside. Now we found some support at the kind of near the prior day's low, also kind of at that gap from yesterday. And really this big D1 gap fill from the 14th, that's what this gray line is. You can see how the market has reacted around that level. Found some support there, started to grind up. There's some volume coming in on these candles as well, so we got a little bit of volume here. Bit of a bearish engulf. Sellers try to take a shot, right, defending this relative low, and then we gobbled and erased that up pretty quickly. So this is looking fairly bullish at the moment. We're at VWAP. We're testing the bottom of this channel. So this is where I would expect to find some resistance. If we were to roll over, I think it would happen here. If we keep churning up and up and up and up and up, then it tells me to hold off on some shorts. But the day has been big, quick drop lower, stubborn move higher, big, quick drop lower, and now we're getting that move higher. So it is sort of mirroring in some sense what's happening on the D1. Right, big drop lower, and then long, stubborn grind higher. That actually is pretty high. So it looks like buyers and sellers are just kind of taking their shots both sides. I think there's going to be some good directional change either way. And I think there's going to be some nice opportunities to take trades on both sides. So right now, I am looking at some relatively weak positions. What can we get for today? Just going to go to some of the tags. Whoops. All right, so on the bottom, here are the stocks that have been actually holding up pretty well during the rally. So let's check some of these D1 charts. I like C a lot over here. A lot of these financial stocks have this pattern that they drop big. They're coming up over here, and now this pattern where it starts to flatten out, starting to roll over, especially these last couple of days when the market's been surging higher. Stock has been coming down, broke through that 200-day SMA, came a little bit of a retest, and then we started to grind a little bit lower. Stock is holding up pretty well, starting to respond a little bit, so that tells you that this candle at 110, this candle over here, this is probably some buying across financials. If I check out XLF, I may expect to see the same sort of candle. KXLF is bouncing a little bit. There's some financial news today, some Fed comments on, sort of bank monetary restrictions, some stuff like that. I'm not going to get into the details because I didn't look at it that much. I just know that that was sort of the context of the news. JPM was a great example. We got this huge bearish engulfing candle on very, very, very heavy volume. Stock had this reversal pattern, started up here, filled in the gap. Then we got some long red candles, very, very bearish. And then from here, stock just kind of continued to drift lower. Took a little scalp on this earlier today. Broke through that SMA, come back and testing that SMA. I'm going to wait for the LR. Do I have an alert on here? I'm going to set an LRSI bearish alert. That's going to get in on this. And a rejection off of that SMA, I think we could get a pretty decent shorting opportunity here. It is in a bearish, this kind of really wide bullish channel, so not as crazy about JPM. Personally as a short, but that's one opportunity you can look for. I think C is a little bit better. It's already in a bearish channel. Bang. That's actually breaking through its channel. It's hard to draw that. One thing I've noticed for some of these setups is that we either have trades within the channel or we have trades that break the channel. And I think Fang is one of those trades that has been breaking the channel. No bounce up with the market. A little bit choppy of a stock, a little bit illiquid. But I do like what I'm seeing here in this move lower on energy. You can see that it had a strong move here. Then it's just kind of dilly-dallying for most of the day, starting to go flat. I do like this setup. It has a bit of more of a bottoming process, so I'm not sure if we haven't really, if we're still in the trend or if we're going to continue onwards. I prefer to see a little bit of a bounce, and then I can get in on that stock. SLB, Another nice one. You can see that we get this pop higher, a little pop higher, and now we're breaking through this low right around 39, 39, 36. Not sure if there's anything coming up over here. You can also see how this broke through some major support right around 43 bucks. And that has been a very, very nice short. Ally, another banking stock, massive breakdown over here. Has been grinding lower. Just some nice tiny candles while the market has been moving up higher. So I like what I see in Ally. I think this is sort of a nice grind lower, nice grinder lower. APA, another nice grinder lower as well. Here's the breakdown, breaking through that channel, forming a new channel. Stock has just been steadily leaking. OVV, another nice one. Yeah, also been kind of leaking lower. Move is starting to accelerate over here as we broke through the low of the day. So there's a couple of nice stocks here. So some stocks looking good. I'm just waiting to see what the market is doing right now. We have an exit signal on SPY versus that sell signal earlier. So this trade signal is kind of neutral at the moment. I want to see a couple of tails above bodies, and then we start to roll over, get a nice candle, something like this, right, where we get this long red candle that closes below the 8 EMA, get a nice little HA reversal, flat top HA candle on here. That's a nice little signal that we can start to get short. So that's what I'm going to look for, and I can even set an alert. Bear HA reversal on SPY. So that'll tell me when we get that price pattern. So you can see here is our HA reversal coming up right here. And I'd like to see us also get below this, close below this open of this green candle on 110. So that's kind of the level that I want us to get through before I can start taking some shorts. And once I get through that level, a lot of those criteria will be fulfilled. So that's what I'm waiting for over here. There's some nice shorts at the moment. So a couple of day trades for today. Just getting this set up. If I have to choose one, let's see over here. I really do like C. So I think I may go with C over here. C day trade short. It'll probably trigger like some sort of low minus trend line here or LRSI pullback. So I'd wait till the market starts to roll over, and I also like to see C start to break down. So that's going to be one option over here. No pun intended. Fang as well. Fang, I think, may be the second pick here. I do really like it. It has made a massive move. I just want to see a stock that has kind of started its upcycle, or its upcycle is synced with SPY, where it's just not really moving. Alpha is a pretty decent one. Look at Alpha over here. Kind of grinding lower. MRO, EOG was looking pretty good. Yeah, this is why I liked EOG. I'd come over here, broken through this low. So you see it a bounce, no bounce, and then the breakdown over here at 105, or even really 1 o'clock, starting to leak lower. So that's looking pretty nice. I didn't take it though because we had potentially a little bit of support over here. So I didn't feel like we may have had enough room on that stock. Let's see anything else that has been standing out to me. Yeah, a lot of stocks on my relatively weak search here. A lot of stocks that are just not responding. Wells Fargo is another one as well. Nice bearish candle filling that gap. Has been some really steady selling, some really steady price action on this guy. So also may set an LRSI alert on that guy. But we already have C as a financial, so we'll have to see which is better. I do think I like Wells Fargo a little bit more. Just kind of doing a little bit of checking here. There's Penn. HP is grindy. Not the best price action. All right. So I'm going to go with C, and I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with APA. Just double check this guy. I love this breakdown on this stock. Really accelerating. I'm seeing which has the best M5 setup here. I'm also trying to get a stock that's not really, really far out of the gate. That's my only concern with FANG. Again, is to see this parabolic bottoming process out. So, I know some people were trading Carvana earlier. Yeah, it's kind of responding a little bit too much to this bounce for my taste. I like to see maybe a double top and maybe an LRSI alert. So let me set that up. Set that bear LRSI alert, and I'm also going to set this trend line alert. So it's got to get through there. Before I get interested, Sedge was looking good earlier today. See how that's looking. Yeah. It's made a nice move down. But no momentum today. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find some stocks that have just been grinding lower. Mobley has been decent. Let's see what else is holding up here. Ooh, I do like DVN. ANF is also not bad. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with DVN here. Nice M5 setup. This is tough. This is tough. I'm just gonna stick with C for right now. There's some other things that may set up, but I think C is kind of my favorite for today. So that's gonna be our pick for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're gonna take a look how C did later, and for all the other picks, just take a look at them and see how they did as well. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all in the next video.